Hey there, gang. In this video, we'll continue talking about how to multiply fractions together. This time, we'll be practicing multiplying fractions in the form of mixed numbers. So anytime you're multiplying mixed numbers together, your first step is you want to change those mixed numbers to improper fractions. Once you do that, it's just multiplication like usual. So let's look down at this example, 1 and 7/8 times 3 and 1/3. So to start this one, I'm going to change each of these mixed numbers to an improper fraction. And as a reminder, to do that, you start with the denominator of your mixed number. So for 1 and 7/8, I would start with 8. And I take 8 times my whole number, 1. And 8 times 1 is 8. Then I take that answer and I add it to my numerator. So 8 plus my numerator 7 is going to give me 15. So this mixed number 1 and 7/8 becomes 15 over the original denominator, which is 8. Then I'm going to do the same thing for my mixed number of 3 and 1/3. So again, I'm going to multiply your denominator times the whole number, 3 times 3, which is 9. And then I'll add in my numerator, 1. So 9 plus 1 will give me 10. And so this becomes the improper fraction 10 over the denominator of 3. So now that I've done that, I can multiply like I normally do. So we multiply our numerators together, 15 times 10. And then we multiply the denominators together, 8 times 3. I'm going to look for any opportunities I have to cancel. I see I have a 15 on the top and a 3 on the bottom. 15 and 3 are both divisible by 3. If I divide 15 by 3, I'm left with 5. If I divide 3 by 3, I'm left with 1. I can do the same thing with 8 and 10. They're both divisible by 2. If I divide 8 by 2, I get 4. If I divide 10 by 2, I get 5. So this will give me a fraction of 5 times 5 over 4 times 1. And now I have the fraction 25 over 4. My last step is to change this improper fraction back into a mixed number. So we're going to do that by dividing. We're dividing 25 by 4. 4 will go into 25 6 whole times with a remainder of 1. So that becomes the mixed number 6 and 1/4. Okay, so let's practice this a little bit more with a few more examples. So this example, I have 1/2 times 2 and 3/8. 1/2 I can leave alone because it's already a proper fraction. But then my mixed number 2 and 3/8 I need to change to an improper fraction. So I'm going to do that by, again, multiplying my denominator times the whole number. 8 times 2 is 16. And then I'll add in the numerator, 3, so that will give me 19. So this gives me 19 over 8. So now I'm going to multiply like usual. I'll multiply my numerators together, 1 times 19, and my denominators, 2 times 8. I look for any opportunities to cancel. For this one, I don't have the ability to cancel. 1 and 19, neither of those are divisible by anything that 2 and 8 is. So I'm going to multiply just 1 times 19 to get 19. And on the bottom, 2 times 8 will give me 16. So now I have the improper fraction 19 over 16, which I'm now going to change to a mixed number by dividing. So 16 will go into 19 one whole time, and my remainder for this one will be 3. So we get the mixed number 1 and 3/16. For my next example, I have 1 and 3/4 times 2 and 4/5. So these are both mixed numbers. We'll change both of them to improper fractions first. So we need to multiply 4 times 1 and then add 3. So that's going to give us 7 over 4. And then for this one, 2 and 4/5, we'll multiply 5 times 2 and add 4. That will give us 14 fifths. So now we have 7 fourths times 14 fifths. So I'll take 7 times 14 for my numerators and 4 times 5 for my denominator. I look for opportunities to cancel, and I see that I have a 14 on the top and a 4 on the bottom. Both of those numbers are divisible by 2. So if I divide my 14 by 2, I get 7. If I divide my 4 by 2, I get 2. So now I have 7 times 7 on the top. And on the bottom I have 2 times 5. Okay, so 7 times 7 will give me 49 for my numerator. 2 times 5 will give me 10 for my denominator. So I have the improper fraction 49 tenths. And now to change that to a mixed number, I need to see how many times 10 will go into 49. 10 will go into 49 4 whole times. And my remainder for this one will be 9. So we get the mixed number 4 and 9 tenths. Okay, my last problem, 2 and 9 tenths times 3 and 1/3. What I'd like you to do is pause the video and try working this one out on your own. Once you've done that, click play to go ahead and check your work and your answer with mine. Okay, so for this problem, again, first step is to change the mixed numbers to improper fractions. 2 and 9 tenths becomes 29 over 10. 10 times 2 plus 9 gives me the 29. And 3 and 1/3 becomes 10 thirds. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. So that's how I do my first step. I then multiply my numerators, 29 times 10, and my denominators, 10 times 3. I see that I have a 10 on the top and a 10 on the bottom. So those will cancel. Divide 10 and 10 by itself, and you get a 1 and a 1 in their places. So we get 29 times 1 over 1 times 3, which gives us the improper fraction 29 over 3. Last step is to change this to a mixed number. So we're going to divide 29 by 3. 3 will go into 29 9 whole times, and my remainder is 2. So I get the mixed number 9 and 2/3 for my answer to this problem. Okay, any questions to this video? Be sure you jot those down so that you can either email me or ask me the next time you see me in class. And until then, you know the saying, have a nice day. You're all wonderful people. Take care.